so in this video, I'm gonna give you guys some tips and recommendations on what to do in Chamonix, France. I just came from Geneva, Switzerland, and it's literally just an hour away. This is just kind of like a random trip I made, but Chamonix is one of the best places I've been. It was really beautiful, and I'm gonna give you guys a couple things to do.
So this is the bus ride we took from Geneva to Chamonix. Bus ride was only about an hour and 30 minutes, but the ride was just beautiful. This mountain background really looks like Matterhorn, but I don't think it is. But throughout this whole drive, there's just so much beautiful greenery, landscapes, mountains in the background. It was just beautiful. And in some areas, there was like farms with a bunch of houses, waterfalls, rivers, lakes, and a bunch of just cabins on the way there. It was just really picturesque and beautiful, especially all the waterfalls. And also when you get closer to Chamonix, it just you could tell because there's just more like luxury lodgings and cabins and houses right when you close in onto the mountains, which is what we are about to do here. Yeah, so this area is where the bus dropped us off in, which was the luxury cabin areas of Chamonix, where all the beautiful lodgings, hotels, and houses were. And then there's this beautiful river with this really nice hue of blue just running across all of Chamonix. It's just a beautiful area. I just felt like I was just in this magical place in the middle of the mountains. It was really beautiful. And then we made our way to the main town, which was where we went to see what we could do in the city. This is the main part of the city. You can walk around there. There's like restaurants, bars, dessert places for crepes like this one. Yeah, you can do a bunch of things. And on the left to the right, there's like some parks where you guys can walk around with just beautiful trees and just grass. And you guys can take really nice photos of just the landscape and mountains here. It's just unreal. It's just really beautiful in the city. And it's just this quaint little town. And here's another picture of us near the beautiful river I was talking about. And then after that, we went to the Aiguille Du Midi, which is the biggest or tallest elevator or cabin elevator cable car in the world. It goes from about like 1,000 to 3,800 kilometers. Obviously, if you guys are scared of heights, don't go onto this. I was actually pretty squeamish myself. It was actually really nerve-wracking, but it's just really beautiful. Yeah, it just takes you all the way up, and like you saw in the picture before, you're just in that little cable cart on this huge mountain, and it's just amazing, honestly. Yeah, but honestly, being on top of here, it was so scary. I almost peed in my pants. I'm just kidding, but yeah, you're just on this small cable cart in the middle of nothing, and then they drop you off on this area on the top of the mountain where there's like a bunch of cabins and like just like this building on top of the mountain. It just looks really cool, and you get dropped. And this is the main area with the central bridge, and you guys stand outside and get some cool pictures. It was very windy that day, as you could tell from my hair floating everywhere. But yeah, this is the middle part of the lodging area. You guys get some great views of the mountains. But after that, we went inside the cabins. You guys can go to a restaurant, get some coffee, drinks, eat or whatever, but there's also some activities to do and explore around this whole area. Also, like one of them is my favorite, called Step Into the Void, where you guys get to go into this glass box in the middle of all these alps and just take pictures in the box. It was just a really crazy experience. It just felt like you were just standing on top of nothingness. And yeah, you guys can go around and take a picture from the outside too, and it just looks really cool. Definitely one of my favorite things to do. And then we're back inside the lodging area, taking a break because it was really windy and cold on this day. They actually closed some of the attractions down because of the weather, but we definitely trucked through it because we only had one day here and we got to take advantage. But yeah, then we went all the way to the top, and this is a view from the top looking down in the bottom cabin area. And in this area, you're literally on top at the highest point, on top of everything, and you guys can see the French, Swiss, and Italian Alps from up here. You guys can see Mont Blanc. It's just really magical experience, and you guys can explore this area. There's like some ice caves. It's just a bunch of activities. Like I said, restaurants, cafes, bars, and just enjoy the scenery and mountains from up here, especially if you're a non-skier. This lift was definitely worth it. It was about 80 euros. It's a pretty steep price. No pun intended there, steep price, but definitely worth it. And then this is a middle area on the way down where you guys can get out. If you guys have some kids or something, they can like play in the snow, or you guys can get out and just actually stand on a part of the mountain, which is pretty cool as well. But yeah, definitely really cool if you're not a non-skier, which we weren't, and this was a day trip, and we felt like it was a success because we got to see and do so many things, and it was just totally worth it to take a one-day trip to Chamonix, and I recommend you guys do as well.
So I hope you liked that video and found those tips helpful and useful, and if you like this video, like it, comment for some tips if you have some tips for me for Chamonix, and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Thanks.